From the culture of the American South, where roots hold stories, comes a natural deodorant inspired by generations of wisdom. Introducing Rootwork, the all-natural foundational Black American-based deodorant infused with the magic of High John the Conqueror root. Our unique blend enriched with this legendary root offers 24-hour protection, rooted in the power of nature. Embrace this deodorant that celebrates culture, history, and your well-being. Unlock the magic of Rootwork today. Experience the pure essence of nature. Visit rootworkstyle.com and make the switch to a healthier cultural choice.
Going. Let's get this thing going in the morning. What's going on with y'all, man? Let's get this thing popping in the morning time. How y'all living, man? What's going on with y'all? Everybody pop on in this room. Let's chop it up. What's going on? Good morning, fam. How's everybody living? I ain't done a live in a few days, man. But I'm here. Been very busy working on the new movie, Microphone Check. Been busy with the Rootwork deodorant. Been busy with the new Reluctance holiday gift package that's going to be rolling out this week. So been very busy, but I'm here for the family today. What's up, Brother Michael Wharton? I just been doing so much stuff, but I'm here. I usually don't go on this early, but hey, here I am. And by the way, we got a new Bucci Bear episode that's coming that's funny as hell, by the way. So in a few weeks, a new Bucci Bear episode will be popping off. What's up, Nikki the God? How are you, dear? So we got a lot of stuff going on. So let's touch on some things. We're doing a real quick tap in. I won't keep you guys too long. Retweet, let everybody know that we're live right now. A few things we got to touch on. There's a case down in Florida where they have that. It's a special needs kid. I think it's Brian Depper. I think that's it. Brendan Depper. I think that's his name. And we're watching this case closely. A lot of the lice supremacists are really jumping on this story. It was a black kid, special needs. The kid has autism, and the medication they gave him, he got adopted by a white family, and from what I understand, they gave him some kind of medication for his autism, and it kind of gave him a big growth spurt. So he's unusually big for his age. So it kind of gave him a growth spurt. So, they already adultify, young black teens anyway. So the fact that he's, bigger than usual, they had to create a whole boogeyman scenario with the kid. And he was at school and something triggered him. And I think the narrative was that he was trying to get a Nintendo. Somebody took his game allegedly. And then he started beating on one of the female teachers. And it happened to be a white woman. So, they had to go nuts with that narrative. The big black King Kong brute beating the demure white woman. So they are trying to throw the book at this kid. And a lot of the anti-black racists are like, oh, and we don't care about his special needs status. That he should go to jail forever and whoop-de-whoop. So they're really trying to give this kid some serious jail time, and he's special needs. So we're pointing out he should be treated like a lot of these white mass shooters. He should get that same treatment because he didn't kill anybody. And again, this guy doesn't have the same reasoning as a typical, thinking teen. And when there are white mass shooters, and there was one recently that they just gave a slap on the wrist. He shot some people down in Texas. He shot like 5 people, killed 1. And they just deemed him not mentally competent to stand trial. This just happened a couple of days ago. So a lot of these white mass shooters, if they find out they had any kind of medical issue anywhere down the line, back in school or whenever, these judges are like, oops, he didn't know what he was doing. He can't stand trial. Nope. So this kid should get the same treatment. I think he should get the exact. He didn't kill anybody. He didn't even do what these white mass shooters did. He didn't kill anybody. Somebody clearly triggered this kid, and then he had a violent reaction um, based on his mental condition. He shouldn't be thrown in prison. Um, Stuff like that has to be called out, because what happens is that incentivizes a lot of these um, white teachers or white caretakers who might have anti-black um, vitriolic thinking to say, "Hey, I could use this to get a damn bag," because the quote unquote victim, the woman that the kid punched down on, she had a GoFundMe and she was getting, from last I saw, it was over $100,000. So, what's to stop somebody who's taking care of these black kids to trigger something from them and then finesse a bag out of it? So, we got to watch that case very closely, because, the white supremacists, they like getting black people who are helpless and who don't know any better, and finessing that to their advantage. And, that's something that we really got to keep an eye on. And again, I want that guy to get the same treatment as white mass shooters who they say are mentally incapable to know what they're doing. He needs the same treatment. We got a lot of people in here real fast. Shout out to everybody in here. Shout out to everybody in here. What's going on with the ESPN crowd? What's that chick, Malika Andrews? Is that her name? The new little bedwench in charge. They got a revolving door of bedwenches at these sports channels. The Sage Steel. When they get old, there's a whole new plethora of new bedwenches to choose from. And a lot of people are calling Malika out because this white boy, what's this guy named? I can't, because I don't really follow sports like that. But there's one white player, NBA player, right? He's being accused of messing with this underage girl. Allegedly, the girl was allegedly 15 or something, and she posted pictures saying that he smashed, and now they're treating him real different. From what I understand, they haven't suspended him. All of the white supremacists are getting on code now. They're not throwing the book at him. Everybody's playing dumb. They're like, well, the girl's family's not cooperating. What the hell does that mean? If you know that the girl is underage, when do you wait on the family to cooperate? If it was a black player accused of messing with an underage girl, there'd be an investigation. They wouldn't wait for the family to do a damn thing. If it was established that a girl was underage and a black player was messing with it, oh man, there'd be all types of think pieces about it. That's what they do on these sports channels. Stephen A. Smith and Malika. And Malika, when it comes to criticizing a black man, boy, she says that shit with her full chest. She's always wagging that little bedwench finger at black males, and people are calling her out now. Boy, she's real quiet about how she's talking about Zaddy. She don't have all that energy, and a lot of people are calling her out because of it. Des Bryant, he's calling her out. A lot of people are saying, hey, man, where's all your smoke now? So she reluctantly did a broadcast and kind of mentioned it casually. And boy, the look on her face she looked literally sick to have to say something bad about Zaddy. I mean, it looked like it physically made her sick to have to go after Zaddy. And all she did was just basically do a dry read of the story. So a lot of people are calling these folks out. So now Stephen A. Smith, he's copping pleas. Jamel Hill, she's over here copping pleas. Now they're splaining. They're backpedaling and pussy popping now when it comes to the criticism that they're getting from the way they're handling this story. When it comes to Zaddy, all of a sudden y'all don't have all that energy. And you're rightfully getting called out. Jamel Hill was like, well, Malika, She was when the story broke. She was all she wasn't at work, and then when she mentioned, I don't want to hear all that. Stephen A. Smith, he's doing the whole coon thing. They should be called out for wagging their finger at black society every damn day. But when Zaddy does something, now you got to sit on your hands. If you're gonna sit on your hands for Zaddy, sit on your hands for everybody. We don't want to hear no damn double standard. And we don't want these plantation Negroes to sit here and try to shame black society all the time, talking about what we need to do as a community. Any athlete, anything that happens with them, all of a sudden the black community is to blame. They send their designated Sambos and Mammies on television to denigrate all of us. But when Zaddy does something, all of a sudden, well, we got to wait on the facts. And, well, the story, we don't know what's going on all the way. When there's more information, well, I heard the family ain't cooperating. Well, we just can't jump to conclusions. Now the banjo and the damn fiddles are coming out. That's why we call these tethers and mammies and bedwinches out all the time. You dig? As we should. And these sports channels, they're infamous for getting tethers, sambos, and bedwinches. The white supremacists know what they're doing. They know who to hire for certain positions. They know who to put into certain positions. It's the whole plantation system. During formal slavery, they knew who to put in certain positions. They knew to get a lot of black people from different plantations or from different lineage backgrounds to act as overseers sometimes, because they knew that they would not have the same lineage camaraderie with the black people that they had to beat on for massa. They were very good at that. They knew how to get the bedwenches to be their little snitches. They would get certain bedwenches, and the bedwenches, a lot of them would be in the house, so they would give them a couple of extra butter biscuits and privileges. And the bedwenches would many times let Zaddy know when there was a rebellion popping. The bedwenches would kind of be out there in the quarters, ear hustling, and then go to Massa. Massa, I heard they gonna run on Thursday on Christmas. They gonna run, Massa. So they had the bedwenches on that duty. So the same thing. They know how to cultivate certain Negroes to do certain tasks, and they understand the lineage is important too. They know where certain people from certain lineages will do certain parts of the dirty work for them. That's why people get so mad at us when we start delineating, when we see certain behavior and we say, hey, wait a minute, that person ain't us. For example, I put up a video that went viral of this girl, this quote black girl on TikTok doing little confessions. And in her little confession, she was like, yeah, when I was in high school, there was this white boy that I liked, and he used to call me nigga and his little slave, and he wanted me to call him massa, and I was doing it. I was calling him massa. Then I realized he didn't even really like me. It was just an inside joke with him and his friends. And all of us are looking like, where is this broad from? All of us are like, where is she from? And we do a little research on her. She's from Haiti. Her family's Haitian. And the tethers get mad because we make that designation. We have to make designations like that. When people come around with goofy ass nonsense like that, we need to know who's who. And usually that type of stuff, it comes from people who are not from our lineage. We kind of know. When you start talking like that, we know you're not from this lineage. Most foundational Black American women don't look at white boys like that. They don't. They don't have that zaddy worshiping mentality. Most FBA women don't think like that. So when we hear somebody talking like that, sitting up letting a white boy call him a nigga and a slave, that's a tether, most likely a tether. Because in certain African and Caribbean nations, they literally look at white people as gods. Most FBA women don't. They've been around white boys. White boys are always trying to holler at an FBA woman. If an FBA woman looks halfway decent, there's a white boy's always trying to holler at him. That's not a flex at all. So when we see dumb shit like that, we already know. And that's important for us to understand who's who and who has that mentality. Because what happens is white supremacists, they see them type of bedwenches and be like, you know what? We're going to start an organization and let you be the head of it and let you be a representative of black people. Then all of a sudden we get a Kamala Harris. You see? See, that's why we have to call that stuff out early. So then all of a sudden you get one of these bedwenches who becomes the vice president, and then they're the so-called representative of black folks. And we see why we don't get shit. You see? They make them the leader of some kind of black organization like Black Lives Matter. Remember, they put a whole bunch of tethers in the head of that. And how did that work out for us? All types of resources and funds got allocated for immigrants and LGBT organizations, and we're sitting here left with the damn bag open and nothing in it. So yeah, we should have been delineating and looking at everybody's paperwork. There's absolutely nothing wrong with us doing that. We should have been doing it a long time ago, like our brother Claude Anderson had been trying to tell us. Claude Anderson has been trying to tell us this for decades. Yeah. But better late than never, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get some calls in here because we got a lot of folks in here. What's up? I see D Tupman in here. I see Sir Major, Miss Connie Collins. What's Nathan doing the thumbs down? Nathan, hop on. I see Nathan doing thumbs down. What's with the thumbs down, Mr. Nathan? Hop on, Nathan. I'm waiting on Nathan to come on in. Nathan, we're waiting on you to come on in with your trailer park phone. If you can wipe the meth crumbs off your phone and turn your microphone on, that would be phenomenal, Mr. Nathan. All right, Nathan, are you able to speak, Nathan? All right. Nathan's doing a lot of hand gestures, but he can't seem to turn his microphone on. Nathan?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Nathan. What's up?
Hey, Tariq, how are you doing? How are you?
I'm good, Nathan. Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio.
Oh,
How are you? Where are you from?
I'm good. Are you a white guy? You have a very nasally voice. Are you a white guy or a foreigner?
I mean, I guess I'm what you call a SWS,
A suspected white supremacist.
or you've called me one before, even though I don't adhere to that. But I wanted to talk about this delineation thing and FBA. So I've listened to you for a few months now, and before we get into this, I know I'm going to be a frequent guest to your Twitter Spaces. So I was wondering if I could get like a name, like how you call T.S. Gazelle, Big Back and Jibber
Okay,
Jabber Jeff,
okay.
and
Sounds like you're a
no, uh,
tether. Wait. Are you a? You sound like a tether. You don't even sound like a suspected white supremacist. You sound like a tether. Now, where are you from?
no, I'm not a tether, but I did want to talk about what an FBA is and why FBAs need reparations or why blacks need reparations.
Why are you not saying what you are and where you're from? You've deflected from that about 3 times.
No, I mean I'm from Ohio. I'm from Ohio.
Nigga, what part of the Caribbean or Africa is your family from?
Tyreek, I guarantee you that I'm not. I mean, look at the message that I just sent you. It said you're
Brother,
racist, both blacks and whites.
I brother, I can hear your hairline. I can hear the jankiness of your hairline over the phone. Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I'm white.
Baba
I'm not
Baba
a
Tunde.
Caribbean. I don't even know.
I don't believe you're white. You're not white. You're not white. You're trying to sound white, but you're not white.
Tyreek, I'm a
Baba
foundational white
Tunde?
American. I am white. I
No, you're not. The only thing
what is a Baba
white
Tunde?
are your ankles. your ankles from all the ash. That's the only thing that's white on you. You have white ashy ankles, but you're not a white man.
Yeah, the only thing that's white on UFBAs is the crack cocaine that you sniff before you go to a liquor store. So can we get into the conversation about reparations and FBA delineation, which I support.
So,
We whites, we delineate our
sir,
ethnicities.
sir, the only thing white is the injera bread you use for your Somalian food. You're probably an East African tether, sir. So why won't you admit that,
Well, I mean, I can post a picture of myself on my
sir?
Twitter feed later if you want.
I know, no. Sir, I think I hear your camel braying in the background, sir. I'm hearing camel noises. All right. Anyway, let me get some more people because you're
No, no,
boring.
no. Let's.
Okay. Yeah. Get your ass out of here, Tim Buck. All right, let's get Janot. Let's get Janot in here. Janot, I think that's your name. All right, Janot.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. What's
Yeah,
going on?
yeah. The name is Juno, man, and I'm not Haitian. You know what I'm saying? My parents just, well, my mama heard the name on TV. My name was originally Tavon, and she heard the name on TV and changed it. So that's the story of that. But
My man.
yeah, my question to you, bro, is you know what's been really bothering me just about our struggle in general when it comes to white supremacy is nobody calls out this even though white society is on code as a whole when it comes to putting down FBAs and honestly the diaspora as a whole around the world. My problem is no one, whether it's through not being educated about it or out of fear, wants to call out the Zionist minority within the white supremacist infrastructure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. Like, we know what happened in 70 AD. Regardless of what your religion is, Hebrews were black. The people who owned the slave ships were Zionists, were European, Jewish, Khazarian mafia converts. The people who own
Hmm.
all of the major media apparatuses, the fiat currency central banking system, the same people own the record labels that incentivize the actual children of Israel to destroy themselves culturally. It's the same minority group within white supremacy. So why does nobody talk
Okay,
about
let's
this?
address that. No.
Mhm.
Okay, great question. See, the thing is, I don't. We shouldn't break the white supremacists up. That's why they all work together. See, when we start getting into the religions of the white supremacists, no, they all work together. You see, and what they'll do in order to get us from not focusing on them as a group, they'll start pointing the finger at each other as a deflection. Well, I wasn't whipping you. It was him. It was the Christians that were doing it. No. It was the Jewish ones that was doing it. No. It was the Protestants that were. So they got us playing hot potato, and all of them are in on it. Let me tell you something, dude. With the Klan, especially in the 1960s, the United Klans of America, that was a major violent Klan organization. They were responsible for the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing down in Alabama, but it was a nationwide organization, the United Klans of America. One of the recruiters of the United Klans of America was a Jewish dude named Dan Burrows. You understand? So he was an undercover white supremacist, but he was Jewish. He hid his Jewish background, but the thing is, they were all working together. White supremacists from all religious groups, and even now, you got people like Dennis Prager, Alan Horowitz, Ben Shapiro. These people work directly with other white supremacists, other Anglo white supremacists against us. So I don't like breaking them up. See, I put them all in one big old group. Yeah, because all of them are doing the same thing. The anti-black sector within those groups are working together against us. So I just don't like to break them up. Yeah, and watch that when they try to get us to. They'll try to. The white supremacists are always, well, no, it ain't white supremacy. It's the Jewish guys who's really doing it. It's them, but you're working with them. You're co-signing them. You're working right along with them. You don't have a problem with him as long as they're dumping on us. You see, just like the white supremacists like to say, well, in slavery, we didn't own no slaves. If you want reparations, go find the corporations and go find the people who run the corporations. Dude, the entire United States government sanctioned slavery, and all of the subjects under the government benefited from it. So everybody benefited from slavery during formal slavery. And even back then, and I talked about this recently, the white people who didn't own slaves, many of them were the overseers, many of them were volunteering for the militia groups. When they had the draft for the Civil War, the rank and file white supremacists started attacking black people up in New York. Y'all remember that? Go look that up, the New York draft riots. So the everyday rank and file poor white person who quote unquote didn't own a slave, these were the people that were doing intelligence on black people voluntarily, voluntarily keeping black people in check, voluntarily lynching black people as a form of terrorism. Yeah, they didn't own slaves, but they were lockstep in line with terrorizing black society, informing on black society, finding out when a black slave ran away, they were the main ones going to look for black people, helping out the slave owners. Don't ever let people sit up and say, well, it was just them. We didn't have anything to do with it. All of them were complicit in our subjugation. I don't like breaking these folks up. You dig? Because everybody likes to play hot potato and point the finger at everybody else when they were all complicit. Even when we get murdered out here in the streets, well, you got to talk to the police. And then when you go holler at the police, look who's supporting the police. When a race soldier kills a black person, all of a sudden there's a GoFundMe with $1 million sitting in there from all of the rank and file white supremacists out here who are supporting them. Yeah. So we got to look at it from that standpoint. Angel Kia, hop on, beloved.
Good morning, family. My name is Angel. I wanted to speak about the first story that you were talking about with the young black autistic man,
Yes.
the young boy. I'm in Central Florida, and I'm very aware of this case. I have two sisters that actually work as occupational therapists, and they work in the schools with children that has learning disabilities, that they have autistic and behavior issues. And I forwarded this story to them to have them to kind of look into it and give their opinion about it. And they said that this, how they're reacting to it, is almost never happened. Um,
Right.
and they said that they, unfortunately, things like this does happen all the time. My sister has told me that she's been attacked by children younger than that, and that's something that kind of comes with it. That's why they're supposed to have more than one person in these classrooms and in the situations with children that have known behavioral issues. So she said that this isn't something that they normally do, and she's actually really looking into this case to see exactly, well, we know why they're doing it that way, but she was like, this is a rare occasion, and this is not something that how they handle things, especially with them being occupational therapists and working with children like this. This is not how they handle that, because it's very common for children to act out and have behavioral issues and pretty much like attack their teachers and other students as well. So I just wanted to put that
Yes.
out there.
Thank you, sister. And that's a real good point. See, what they're trying to do with that case, they're trying to set a precedent. So if they get to severely punish that kid out in Florida, other black kids, the minute a black kid acts out for any reason, jail time. They want to use this as a precedent to start locking up black children for any kind of anger issues. The minute a black child acts out in any kind of anger or any kind of reaction from any kind of behavior, drug, or whatever, they're going to use that as a precedent to start locking up black kids. You see? And they're going to use that case as a precedent. See, that's why the white supremacists are real hyper focused on that case. And it's all about severely punishing that black kid, knowing that he doesn't know any better, knowing that he's special needs. You see? So that's why we got to be on that and see where they're going with this and call it out. We have to call that out because we got to understand the white supremacists, they do stuff like this in order to set a tone to open up the floodgates. Just like with the George Zimmerman thing. See, we should have been on that thing heavier than we were. We should have taken it more seriously because when they allowed George Zimmerman to just basically attack a black kid and say, okay, I fear for my life because this black kid was walking in my neighborhood and I was suspicious and I rolled up on him and then I had to kill him. And the court system gave that a green light. As we saw, that opened up the floodgates for us to be slaughtered. That opened up the damn floodgates. So we got to watch these kind of cases and don't take them lightly because what they do, they try to set a precedent. But anyway, man, let me get up out of here. Got some things to do. I might go on later on this evening. It's been real. Everybody go to rootworkstyle.com to get the Rootwork deodorant. rootworkstyle.com. Ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to holler. Peace.